Hey Star Trek fans, Dan Gunther here. I want to talk a little bit about a small town in Alberta, a hidden gem that although I was born and raised in Alberta and have lived here for most of my life, I only made it to in the last week. That town is, believe it or not, Vulcan, Alberta. A small farming community in the southern part of the province. Vulcan would, at first glance, seem to be the last place you would find a Star Trek convention. However, of course, with that name, Vulcan, and the origins of the name have nothing to do with Star Trek. It is named after the Roman god of fire. But with that name came a certain bit of notoriety surrounding our favorite science fiction franchise. The town of Vulcan embraced this idea. Many towns in Alberta have large monuments to attract tourists. There's a giant Ukrainian egg, the world's largest beaver, and even a pierogi if you know where to look in the province. However, Vulcan has a starship, the Starship Enterprise. And of course, as many model builders will tell you, it's not exact. There are slight little differences here and there, but it is lovingly created and greets any visitor to Vulcan, Alberta. And when I say the town has embraced their Star Trek links, I really do mean it. From the signage, the names of stores, even the crosswalks and street lights, Star Trek's presence is felt in every part of this town. Every year they hold a Star Trek convention called appropriately Vul-Con. They attract a few Star Trek stars to the event every year. This year the big attractions were Mary Chieffo, who of course plays Chancellor L'Rell on Star Trek Discovery, Tracy Coco, who plays Lieutenant J, who you may not necessarily know who she is, but she is in over 100 episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation, and once you start to see her, you really notice her. And Bobby Clark, who played a number of roles in Star Trek The Original Series, most notably the Gorn in the episode Arena. The convention has all of the trappings that a usual convention does. There are costume contests, there are vendors, there's a parade that kicks off the day on Saturday, and of course panels with the stars as well as other people such as this improv group performing an impromptu episode of Star Trek. Yours truly even got in on the action, sharing the stage with Trek FM's Brandon Shea Mutala, and we talked a little bit about Star Trek Discovery Season 2, as well as the upcoming Star Trek Picard show, and watched the trailer with the assembled crowd. Now, I've been to a number of conventions, some Star Trek, some general sci-fi, and they are always a lot of fun. However, the smaller conventions will always hold a special place in my heart. Vulcan has quickly found itself at the top of that list because, although like I said, it has everything that all the other Star Trek conventions have, it has something else in addition, a true sense of family and community. This community is obviously very tight-knit, and there are regulars who attend every year, and I felt very honored to be allowed to join them this year. They really did make me feel welcome, and it was a true joy to be able to share the passion of Star Trek with so many dedicated and fun people. I realize the destination may be out of the way for some folks, and even for me it was around a 10-hour drive to get here, but I really found it to be worth it. Although the convention is small, it was so much fun, and I really can't wait to go again. So if you happen to find yourself with some free time in the summer, I highly recommend checking out Vulcan, Alberta, and especially Vul-Con. I promise you will not be disappointed. Thank you so much to the residents of Vulcan, Alberta, and the workers of the Vulcan Tourism and Trek Station. You guys put on an amazing show, and I was really, truly honored to be a part of it. I hope to be back again soon. Thank you so much to the Patreon supporters for helping out the channel. If you'd like to help out the channel, check out patreon.com/Kertrats. Every little bit helps, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you to you, the viewer, for watching. And again, like I said, if you have the time, check out Vul-Con in Vulcan, Alberta. You will not regret it. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much again for watching, and live long and prosper.